I'm gonna sound like the snow. Ready? Kelly. Don't I sound like the snow falling?
Especially when you do
Kelly.
honey. It makes me think of like the Nutcracker snow scene.
You are really into it, lady. So today,
Our show is sponsored by Vin 312.
it is 3, 1, 2, woo, woo, woo. And we got
In
this.
Chicago. It's
Oh my
so
gosh.
good.
This
It's the
wine is
best
so
wine we've
good.
had. Oh wait, I'm holding it wrong. Penny's holding it
Yeah.
right.
So he told us that we have to hold it by the stem because that's the classy way to hold it.
It's also
and
the
that way
correct
my
way.
fingerprints.
Not just classy, but it's the correct way.
Your fingerprints don't get all over the glass and they don't
So
make
you
the
can
wine
see your
warm.
color there correctly. Yeah, he
Yeah.
teaches us all about this, but yeah.
This is good wine.
It's so
We
good.
hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
I know. This is
One
no
of
Target wine, guys. This is the real stuff. He did. He did good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
His wine is top tier. I also love that it's not like he's not snobby or anything. Like he makes it a point that wine does not need to be snobby.
No, he made it very sexy.
The wine is elegant and sexy.
It is.
But not-
like the curves of a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. We got real dirty.
Yeah.
Like
Warner's
we
so
like.
much fun.
Warner's the best.
He's the
Okay.
best.
So mine is a Cab Sauv. It's a Sauvignon.
A Sauvignon?
Yeah.
Isn't it Sauvignon?
Sauvignon. That's what I said.
No,
What
you
did I say?
didn't.
Did I say it how you used to say it?
Yes, you did! Yes, you
I did say it how you used to. Oh my god!
I was like, wait a minute.
That's Penny's way. See, look at the more I drink, the weirder it gets. Drink.
It was great. It made my day.
Sauvignon.
Sauvignon.
Bolognese. And I said it wrong the last time because I was drinking too much, but it's Bolognese.
Yeah.
Daddy Ghostface promptly said I said it wrong, and I was like, listen.
He's the best. I was so
drinking.
happy.
But what's really funny is you were telling me I was being too fancy, but it was not fancy.
I just knew it wasn't the right way to say it.
Yeah, but you were like, you were being fancy, and I was like, I'm not being fancy.
Well,
And I think I knew subconsciously I wasn't saying it right. But I couldn't get there.
excuses.
Couldn't get there by drink-addled mind.
Okay, what's up?
Bolognese, Sauvignon, filet mignon. So I have a Cabernet Sauvignon. 2020. It is, I mean, and I love that he doesn't tell you, this is really cool too. He doesn't tell you any of like the tasting notes or anything on the back.
Cool.
It's just his cool like story on the back. So you can, it's free to your own interpretation.
This is such good wine.
It's so good. And it smells delightful.
I know. I feel really special though.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's nice, jammy. Vanilla, a little bit of licorice, but more of like not the anise, but like a red licorice smell. I get. Maybe because I block out the black licorice because I hate it. Don't roll your eyes. Because I think
I'm a professional eye roller on this show.
she is. I think cabs traditionally have like a black licorice flavor, and I hate it. But this smells creme trulicent.
Okay, test it in your mouth. Blowjob wise, how did it taste?
That's a delightful blowjob. It was a very smooth, velvety.
Velvety is a good description.
A smooth, velvety, clean finish blowjob.
Top tier.
Top tier dick, this is.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Warner.
So mine is Sauvignon. Sauvignon Blanc. It's really good. Like, you tasted it too.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do the blowjob test though.
Okay.
Okay. It's like there's not much taste in the front, but then when you get further to the back, you get a little more sour. And then just slides right down.
Slides right down. It's real smooth.
I just swallow it and it just goes all the
That's
way
what I
down.
wanted to say. A silky finish.
It was, yeah, it's like a, ooh.
Oh. That's a nice
It's a wine.
description.
It's really good. I feel really special that we got to try this wine.
I do too.
So thank you, Warner.
Thanks, Warner, for
This was
sending us this
awesome.
wine. Yeah, it's sponsoring our episode today with the wine.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it's delightful. I love. Yeah,
Delightful. I love when you say delightful because it always you always emphasize the light. Delightful.
well, now I'm going to be like so
Delightful.
delightful.
Yeah. Delightful. Go into the light. With Kelly. She will bring you out of the dark. Well, she is
No, I'm not.
darkness. She will
Maybe it's a
bring you out of
maybe
the
it's a-
lightness into the
Yeah,
darkness.
maybe it's a trick by me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you all like cool on our new house.
I know, like it's fun. Like I have like things to do with my
Like,
hands and my arms now.
All right. Should we start talking about our book?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this week we read Queen Takes Knights.
Queen takes knights. The queen takes knights. You said it so
Knights.
properly.
Yes, because
Queen takes knights.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It was something. It was on Amazon.
It was a book.
On Amazon, it had great reviews.
It was
so I had
book.
high expectations.
Yeah,
for
I was
this book.
confused. It has a really cool cover. For me, there's what's the chick with? It has a really cool cover
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
for me. All right.
She would be scary in that book, I guess, because she's a Slayer vampire.
Okay, if you go by the show, she hooks up with a vampire. I never really got into the show because I was partial to the movie. The movie, she does not hook up with the vampires. I loved the movie. And you want to have a fun aside?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
There's a cheerleader, and I still remember the cheer that the very first like opening shot of the movie, and it's the most ridiculous.
What's the cheer?
Okay, how funky is your chicken? How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose? Our goose is totally loose. So come on, all you hog fans. So come on, all you hog fans, and shake your caboose and shake your caboose. That's the cheer at the beginning of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, everyone wants a loose
Goose.
Goose.
And then shake your caboose.
Everybody wants
and
a
a
loose
funky
goose.
chicken. Okay. Isn't that a weird cheer? It doesn't mean anything. Weird. Anyway, so the cover, I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good. This chick, she's got two dudes' hands all around
Yeah.
her. It's all bloody. I was like, fuck yeah. Sign me up.
Well,
And then just, nah.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to read it, you should. But I'll give you the outline.
It wasn't as descriptive as we would like, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Also, not correct about vampires.
We're going to go on a long tangent.
It's not correct about vampires. I'm a super vampire nerd. It's not correct. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all she's going to say about that. So Shara is on the run after these crazy monsters looking... Oh, I'm sorry. After the... Shara is on the run after these crazy looking monster things killed her parents and now are after her. Two vampire knights come and save the day from her attack that she's getting from these weird looking monster things.
I can't figure out all the names that they tried to say. They weren't.
Yeah.
It was not. No.
They teach her lots of things about who she is, and she starts to discover all of her family secrets.
There's all these family secrets. Yeah, it's weird and convoluted and just not.
Yeah, I think you guys will enjoy listening to this more than we're doing that. But don't tell the author that.
Yeah.
I swear. Don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, so chapter 1, I called the monster attack. So Shara works in a hotel.
Yeah.
And she kind of gives the backstory on why she's on the run. Like her.
Yeah, her parents were both killed by these monsters, and so she never feels safe because they go after her blood, right? So, like, she is always running because as soon as they get a whiff of her, then she's going to run and relocate.
Right. She's working there, and her period makes the monsters follow her more. Yeah. The monsters love her period. I mean,
they're always on the hunt for
like,
her blood, and then she's, like, bleeding freely, so, you know.
Yeah.
So that's, like, her signal to move. So she's basically moving once a month.
Yeah. And she's just on her going away. Anyway.
Going away.
So she goes and cleans this honeymoon suite from a bubble attack from the jacuzzi. And she doesn't make it back in time before it's night. And there's this watcher guy that watches her that's in charge of these monster-looking things.
He's like the head of the, like, monsters that are chasing her. He's like the main guy who's like...
And so I'm going to give you a description of these monsters just so you get the visual in your head. So they have gray skin. They have long, stringy hair that's hung down over their shoulders. They can be male or female. Their arms is twice as long as normal, which is kind of creepy. Their creepy, bony fingers reach along the ground as they walk. So like... They have inch-long razor teeth. Please remember that. Inch-long razor teeth. Kind of scary. They smell like death. Their eyes glow. And they howl at the touching of salt. And they start to smoke. Yeah. And they travel in packs.
Glow red, right? Or just glow?
I don't know. Okay. They glow whatever color you want them to glow. So, you have the idea of the monster in your head. And then, while she's getting attacked by all these like creepy little arm crawly things.
Arm crawly things.
2 sexy vampires come and they save the day.
No, it's like the funniest, like, cheesiest thing. She's like, I don't want to be like tormented by you. So like, you don't get to have me. I'm going to do it. And then, sorry.
Oh, what's that?
It sounded like I was dying. They just go,
gosh.
Stop, my queen. Like the cheesiest thing ever.
They are so cheesy in this whole thing.
My queen, stop. And she's like, okay, who are you?
I compared this to a bad 80s porno movie.
Yes.
It was...
Yeah.
So then we're just going to move on a little bit to chapter 6, where I labeled it Dicks or Fangs First. So...
Yeah, and she's very... It is like porn. Like, she's very like, okay... Yeah. We're just gonna do this.
I'm a virgin. I'm gonna take 2 of you on at a time.
But we're just gonna, yeah, like she's a virgin and she goes from like nothing ever. She had no attraction to anybody ever to just like DP. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's do it all.
Yep.
Good for her. Good for her. She found the right person and she was like, oh, people like that. I don't know. They were kind of, anyways. So they explained her legacy that her mom was a queen, so that makes her a queen. Whatever. And
queen.
Yeah. So they prepare for mind-blowing sex. It's supposed to be like out of this world, where it'll bring all their superpowers out.
Like she's gonna come into her power.
Yeah, and they come into their power or something too.
They come into their power, and they come into each other, obviously.
Yeah, so after
come into each other and into their power. And
it's all just coming everywhere. They've just come, all kinds of descriptions of it. It's just come in all kinds of forms.
All the forms. Champagne foam.
Yeah, everywhere. And after drinking some of their blood, now she can hear their internal dialogue, which kind of reminds me of the Fae stuff, where they can hear.
And that's common for vampire mates.
Oh, it is?
In lore, too.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
She got one thing in vampire lore, right?
Yeah. And then, one of the vampires, because you can't really tell which one's which, I feel like, half the time.
Half the time, it was hard.
Yeah. So one of, yeah, they were hard a lot.
It was hard half the time.
So, well then, the guy that's going down on her says...
Even on his knees, he looked up at me and somehow managed to glare and look intimidating. My queen does not suffer in silence with no one to ease her need. My queen is not alone. My queen is not hungry, sad, hurting, or scared. My queen will have as much pleasure as you can stand. And for that reason, I suggest you allow Daer to entertain you with his mouth. None's as good as he, and that will ensure the rest is just as enjoyable for you.
But the weird thing is, so after this, they're like waiting, and they won't touch her. They're like kneeling in front of her.
They're very much like knights in a queen's service, where they'll do anything for her, and because they want to, not because they're forced to. That's what they kept trying to say.
So one of them goes down on her, one of them sucks her nipples.
It's like a threesome.
Yeah, it's fine. And then they talk about bringing more, instead of guys, they say bloods into the bed with her.
Yeah, because it could be girls too.
Yeah.
Because that's her, like, she will feed, they share blood at the same time. So it's, the more you have, the more powerful you are.
So then they say, let us love you. I'll do it. let us love you.
In the wolf voice.
So she's like, okay, sure. And so they kiss her.
So she just goes, yeah, all right.
Yeah, so
Here for it.
they kiss her all over.
I mean,
Yeah.
2 hot dudes.
I know.
Why not?
But then like at the
Especially-
point that she's like, just fuck me. Like,
Especially if they're vampires. I mean, hey.
I know, Kelly's like, just skip the
Love the
foreplay.
vampires, yeah.
So she's actually starts to beg them to actually fuck
Yeah,
her.
like,
because,
let's get to it.
yeah, they're just going so slow and just,
Mhm.
she's like, let's move this
Mhm.
ship along, guys. So then they do. Yay!
Yay!
But then she takes just one of the guys.
Yeah, because the other one wants to stand guard because they're not in like a safe place. Those
Yeah.
watcher dudes are still there.
Yeah, so one of them
So
gets
they like
up.
make out for a while, they share some blood, and then the other one goes to stand guard while she can actually like fuck the other dude.
So the guy's going like really slow on her, like,
And she's like,
meaningful.
just fucking
She's
do
like,
it.
please just fuck me.
Mhm.
So he finally does, and everyone's like, woohoo! But then
I don't even know what she's going for because I don't have her notes. What?
poof! He
Oh,
turns
yeah,
into
then
a boulder!
He comes into his power, and apparently these dudes coming into their power involve shape shifting into different forms, and his is a rock troll.
Yeah, he's a boulder. He's just a
Well,
boulder
he's
with
a-
arms and eyes that just keep blinking
he's
at
a-
you.
Troll. I mean, he's
I'm a rock man.
like you know the never-ending story.
Yeah.
That giant rock dude.
Oh.
He's a person.
I kind of just like the vision in my head that I had just a giant boulder just
No,
dump.
he's an actual person. Like he's an actual dude, and he's still pretty hot, but he's just rock.
I like my vision better. Just a big rock that like landed right in the middle of the room with like the googly eyes.
He's just
He's like a pet rock.
he's a pet rock. For $1.99, you too can have a pet
He's a
rock.
pet. It's great. Oh my gosh.
No, he's an actual, like, because he has arms. Remember, he was holding both of them. He has arms, he still has a dick. Like, he has all the things. Like a gargoyle, except without the hot wings and shit.
Yes. I don't know.
He's just made of rock.
Well, after that, she dies.
Yeah, because she goes on this other plane, and they fuck, and then she goes into this other, like, she, like, astral projects, basically.
So
Look
there-
at- I just said astral projects, and you're just like, yeah.
Sure. Whatever.
And she goes into the other plane, and she meets Isis.
Well, she meets her mom first.
She meets her mom first, and then...
They're like, well, and then her mom kind of gives her a guilt trip about
Yeah.
that her parents died because of her. It was like this weird
her
guilt
parents
trip.
suck.
Yeah, it was weird. Do you agree? Like, it was a weird guilt trip that
It
they
was
gave her.
weird. And she's
I don't
like,
like it.
well, I died because of you.
Yeah.
Meh.
So then she meets Isis. She makes her drink her blood. She drinks a lot of blood. She has to be hydrated by the end of this book. I mean,
Mhm.
she's drinking blood right and left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my blood question.
Yes.
Okay, so in here, they talked a little bit, but I wanted to know, and I don't know if you know this
I need to
question.
be ready to be, yes.
I don't know if you know. We can
I
ask
might,
Daddy
yeah.
Darkness too this
Yeah.
question too.
I mean, he'll be
Do
here in a couple
different
weeks. but yeah.
types of blood taste different?
Oh.
Like if you, or like, because they talked about like when
I don't
being,
know
like,
how much Daddy Darkness tastes the blood.
He has
Or if he just
to.
plays with it.
He has to. So does it taste different, or is it all just like?
I would imagine because I think like people have different amounts of iron in their blood.
Right, but like even like the different blood types, or
Right.
depending on like if you're aroused or not, what hormones are in your blood.
Right.
I'm curious if
I
it
think
tastes
it would
different.
taste different. And like, I mean, you know, with vampire stories, they always talk about like your blood tastes like this, your blood tastes like this.
Mhm.
So I would imagine it because of, like different things, and everybody's blood is different, right?
Yeah,
I would think
everyone's
so.
different. Embrace, embrace, embrace.
Embrace.
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna have you read something.
Okay.
So while she's meeting with Isis, Isis says in her most sing-songy, soothing whisper. That's what it says
Oh.
here.
I have to do sing-song?
It says sing-songy, soothing whisper. This is what she says.
Maybe you should do it because
No,
it's
no,
sing-songy.
this is a Kelly one. It's like all the italicized.
Oh, I have to do sing.
Sing-songy, smooth.
I can do smooth. I don't know if I
Sing
can do
songy.
sing-songy.
I want to see how Isis would do sing-songy.
Because Isis is kind of like a stone cold bitch.
Well, let's see how a Stone Cold Bitch would sing.
But do. Okay. So polite.
Sing-songy, Kelly.
That was
Sing-songy.
sing-songy.
Okay, let me hear more. I'm listening.
So polite. You are female. You are Isidore. Is that sing-songy?
Not yet.
Oh.
You
You are female.
do you want me to give you a beat?
Soothing sing-song whisper. It's a whisper.
We'll do whisper sing-songy.
That was a sing-song whisper.
I'm listening.
It doesn't say pop song.
I want to dance to this, Kelly.
You are Isidore. You've always been powerful. Think you that anyone else could have survived alone? As long as you have? This is awful.
I know it's so bad.
Take your birthright and use it. The world needs it. The world needs you. The world needs you. I don't know how to do sing-song. How would you do that?
Let me try it. See if I can do it.
I think you're better at sing-song.
So polite.
Sing-song whisper.
You are a female. Oh my gosh. Well, then she comes back alive.
Yeah.
She's alive again. Everyone's happy and excited. And then they go back to having sex.
Yeah, well, they were freaked out for a little bit while she was dead.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait a minute, remember, she's from Isidore, so she's gonna, like, do something cool.
Yeah. So in chapter 8, it's the other one's turn. So we have the boulder, the pet rock. Now we're going to find out what the other one becomes.
Yeah.
So
I like this one.
there is some major dirty talk in this. It's so... They need a lesson from Wolf Gunner on how to do dirty talk. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so bad.
It's not
It's so
good.
bad.
It's not good.
Okay, she says, hi. And he says, do you want something? And she says, you. He says, but how? She says, you. The rest doesn't matter. That's the dirty talk.
dirty talk, you guys.
I think we need to have Wolf Gunner help this lady out a little bit. Send some, I don't know.
Pointers.
Yeah, man. Oh, but wait, I'm sorry, there's more.
Oh.
After they look long and hard into each other's eyes.
Long and hard.
Long and hard. And she thinks it's about him killing all those monsters. She looks deep in his... She looks deep into his eye
sockets that have come out.
Stop it! Stop it!
There was
And
no
she said-
Cadbury eggs.
Okay, I'm
back
gonna
in
say it
there.
as seductive as I possibly can. Ready?
Okay. Yeah, but you gotta do it in the next one.
Oh. Take me to bed. Did it work? Did it work?
Yes, I'm gonna pick you up and carry you to bed. Peggy.
Over your
over the shoulder. I'm
Yes.
gonna put you over my shoulder and smack you on the ass.
But guess what he does? He scoops her up.
He does scoop
He
her.
doesn't throw. I was like, if he threw her over his shoulder, that might make up for
But
it
he
a little bit.
scooped her up.
He scooped her up.
These are supposed to be like alpha males. They're supposed to be vampires. Vampires are like primal.
But how?
Nary an over the throater? Over? There's nary an over the shoulder throwing
No.
to be seen.
Nope, it's just a scoop. They just
No hand smacking.
No, there's enough hand smacking.
No.
Stop! Don't you do
That
that!
probably would have happened in this thing. There's no ass
It was
smacking.
so funny. Okay, so he scoops her up.
Scoops her up.
Yeah. She tries to tell him that she's in charge and that he's not, because then she gets on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tries to bite him, but she doesn't have fangs.
She's real mad that her fangs haven't come out yet.
But
She keeps like.
do you think he feels like it's like an old lady with without her dentures in, that he like biting her the skin?
No, because they keep talking about how much they like her biting him. Even if they both say, even without the fangs, they like her biting. So, but she just keeps gnawing. I mean, I like biting.
Well,
It feels good.
He gets frustrated with her old lady mouth and asks the guy to do the biting for her so she can drink his blood.
Well, yeah, because she wants to have the blood. I mean, she can't break the skin. So.
This is as dirty as it gets, guys. Are you ready? He rocked his hips deep inside her.
There's some stuff, but I mean, really, there's not much.
Yeah, but after that, he comes, and guess what he turns into? Well, you know.
I know.
What is it?
Penny always says guess. I know, because
What does he turn into, Kelly?
He's a wildcat. Like
He's a
jungle
war cat.
A war cat. That's right. They call it a war cat.
So he turns into a cat.
Did you know?
Oh, boy.
I just saw like...
Was it my cup? Because I drank.
No, I just saw like little snowflake things come down on my phone, and I was like did I accidentally?
It's
like,
an orb. It's orbs. They're
It is
haunting
orbs.
you. Is your house haunted?
No.
Did someone die in your house?
No, the people next door built our house. And we were like, nobody died here, right? Anyway, whatever. I love my big cats. So this war cat thing bothered me because it said a black striped war cat. And I was like, what's the other color? Is it a lesser black? Or is it like a tiger where is that what she means by striped?
Who knows? Who knows?
There's not much description in this book, obviously. I had a real hard time figuring out what these dudes looked like.
Yeah.
What color hair did they have? Don't know. What color eyes do they have? Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, but the one thing that I want to talk about, so they're getting ready to leave. Like, they're getting ready to go to Kansas City. But I guess if you're a queen and you're a vampire, you never have to shower again. You never have to wash your hands. You're always, like, picture ready.
That's like that's something that happens in some of the vampire lore stories. I've read a lot of vampire books, surprise. That you can just, like, clean yourself magically.
So they take off on their bikes and they go drive off into the sunset to her parents' house, where they meet in chapter 11. It's Talbot. And she's petite.
Tal... What?
Oh, I thought you knew it. I was
D-O-T?
Yeah.
Yeah, Talbot.
Anyway. Impressive.
I have a weird memory.
I know. That's what scares me half the time. So they return to the house. And she was there to help protect her and from the Watcher.
Conciliary.
Yeah, I don't understand that part that well.
She's
it was
kind of
like
I know, that's what I mean. A lot of this lore was like super weird.
Yeah, it was confusing. And maybe it comes out in other books. I don't know. Maybe like a lot of the questions are answered. But the Watcher, the one that keeps watching her and trying to follow her around on her periods. So the vampires tell her how they'll never leave her. Blobbity, blobbity, smooshy. Flowers and sunshine.
Her blood guys.
Yeah, that they'll never leave her
Ulrich
alone.
and Dare.
Yeah. They're very mushy for vampires.
They are. Also, like, they're a true, like, throuple. Like, the boys are, like...
The boys are a gay couple.
Are, like, in love with themselves.
Yeah.
With themselves.
Well, they are.
They're, like, in love with each other as well as with her. And she's totally like, I love you guys within, like, a day. Like, it all happened very quick.
She's just so in love.
Yeah. So
Must be
they
really good
are,
sex.
like, a throuple.
They're a throuple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we move on to chapter 14 where they have a threesome. Which...
Another threesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole book is threesomes.
Yeah, I guess so. So the two vampires were lovers before. They found her, and they're worried that she's going to make them not be lovers anymore.
Mm-hmm. So they're worried that she's going to, like, make them... Or not let them be together themselves. Like, she's going to obviously have sex with everybody in her, like, blood group.
But she's not going to let them have sex
together.
Yeah. So, what better way to show them that they can?
And she's like, are you kidding me? Of course
she's
I am.
Please have sex in front of me.
Yeah.
So, they're having sex in front of her, and they tell her that
That's like the most aggressive and descriptive sex in the whole book.
I think so too. Yeah, this was definitely... So one of them bends the other one over, and they're doing it by the bed. And the guy that has the other guy bent over, I don't even remember his name.
Ulrich the Rock.
The Rock. That Rock has the other guy bent over.
The tiger.
He groaned, arching his back. I spread my blood across his skin, enjoying the splash of red on him, marking him, but also arousing him to a fevered pitch. He reared back against me, leaving the feast between her thighs to lock his mouth on my wrist. I used that arm to lock him against me, his mouth around the wound, as I slowly slid into him. Since she was watching, I took my time. I pushed in a little, making him groan, denying us both. Sweet fucking torture. He rubbed his hips against me, silently begging, and his teeth dug into my skin. She sat up in front of us and ran her hands up his thighs. Why is he like that, so aroused? Our blood can act as lubrication and aphrodisiac. If you smeared yours on him, he'd probably come on the spot.
And then he tells the girl to play with herself, to drive the guy that he's humping.
He's got it. He's fucking him at that time.
Yeah.
He's not humping him.
Yeah, I guess he's all the way in. He's all the way in.
He's in there.
So he's fucking him, and he tells her to
and
play
they were
with
worried
herself.
because they're pretty aggressive when they do it.
Yeah.
And they were worried that that was going to freak her out. And she's like, fuck no, I like this.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
She scoots herself down, just doop, 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 to the end of the bed, and she kind of shimmies herself up.
Mm-hmm.
So he has her cock inside of her, and then the other guy's banging her from the other end, right?
Banging him.
Yeah. So she's on the bed.
It's a sandwich.
He's bent over.
Dare,
and
the
he's
tiger is sandwiched in between the two.
Yeah. So when he's banging her, it's helping the penetration on this side. So it's all like the rock is just boom, but it's just a ricocheting off of everybody.
It's a good time for everyone.
Everyone's getting the full enjoyment of it.
Mm-hmm.
So she has their blood all smeared all over her.
And that's like an aphrodisiac too, they say, if it's on their skin.
And then the one guy that's fucking the guy from behind shows her herself, like looks at her and shows her the vision of, okay, I'm trying really hard to explain this. So he's seeing her, and
She can see herself. She can see herself from his point of view.
Thank you. Yeah. And so then she comes. She really likes how she's looking at that point.
Yeah. It's like if you watch yourself in a mirror.
Well, they all come. Hooray! Glitter, stars.
But it's not as exciting in other books because, like, I was reading this book just being like, okay.
Yeah, like, woohoo.
Like other books you read and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I guess it's like the
something.
the Aldi glitter. glitter. It's not like the Michaels glitter or the or it's like the good stuff. It's like the knockoff brand of glitter. Yay! We move on to chapter 16 and labeled
Knockoff glitter. I love
it. The period.
Yeah.
So,
oh God.
They're out shopping.
Well, we can talk about this as I don't understand how.
There's so many things that I don't understand about this chapter.
I don't understand this chapter at all.
I know. So I'm glad that you feel the same way, because I was like, I'm gonna get this.
I was like, is this when you kept saying, like, did a chick write this book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what were we talking about?
I got it. I got you. So they go on this clothing adventure.
Oh yeah. They're in the store, they're shopping. Everybody was feeling weird and emotions and stuff. And then she realizes while she's shopping, and he, like, has a dress he wants her to try on. And she realizes that she's like, oh, fuck, I've started my period. Like, no wonder I was feeling weird. And so she, like, takes off her underwear.
Yes, that's what I wrote down, too.
Yeah, before they go to the club. So, like, she's in the dressing room, and she's like, shit, I started my period.
And she throws away her underwear.
She throws...
You don't do that.
No! And she's like, I don't have any tampons. I can't send out these vampire dudes to get tampons.
You do the toilet paper trick that everybody does.
Send those fucking dudes out. But at the same time, he's given you this, like she has said, diaphanous dress. Penny's face. It's like silver and see-through and like sheer.
And she's on her period. With no underwear.
And so she decides, when she realizes that she started her period, to just shuck her underwear off and throw them away and go on wearing this dress with no underwear on.
What would happen? Like,
what?
No, your period would drip down your leg. That's maybe too graphic, but that's what would happen.
Even if it's not super, like, heavy.
It would still drip down.
You would still be there. And then they're like, well, should we go home or should we go to a club? And she's like, let's go to a club.
Yeah, let's not go home and find a tampon
When I'm no underwear.
on a period.
What?
And then, yeah, it was insane.
I don't understand.
So then he finds out by pinning her against the wall, and he puts his thigh in between her thighs, and he's like, "You're not wearing any underwear."
Also, like, she lets him do that while she fully knows she's on her period.
I don't know how he didn't get blood on his pants. I don't understand. Maybe she just has a really light period. I don't know.
Maybe it was just like a spot.
So then, after that, he tells the other guy, like, we have to go, like, right now.
Then he finally figured out she was on her period, not because she told him, but because he put his fingers in her.
Yeah. So she talks to him about the monsters get worse when she's on her period because they all kind of, like, come to her. And he said...
website, it's a her.
Yeah, so they all kind of come to her when she's on her period, all these monster people, because they can smell her blood. Which, I don't know. I guess if that's one way to have your period, it would be, I don't know.
They find out, which I didn't really fully understand this either, like, when the queens are on their period, it's something different.
Yeah, they're fertile. Instead of, like...
it's, like, opposite.
Yeah, so you're fertile instead of, like, shredding your lining or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. She's kind of like a tomcat. Or, like, she's not a tomcat. They're like tomcats, but it's like a cat on heat.
Yeah.
Where she's like,
She's in heat. Yeah, which... that's like kind of,
maybe cats are vampires. Maybe that's why you like them. The things you know.
There are some vampire lore that equate cats to vampires as well.
And queens only normally come like once in a while. They said in there. Like for her to come every month is very unusual.
They were like, what? I can't believe you're still alive. Blah, blah, blah.
Blobbity, blobbity, blah. Have you ever seen Mr. Blobby? This is going to tell you exactly where I am. But he goes, Mr. Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Have you ever seen it?
On what?
It was a show when I was younger. He just goes, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
No.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. So, after Mr. Blobby talks, I'm going to have to show it to you. We're going to have to put a clip on. It's so creepy, but I thought it was the coolest thing.
Teletubbies, probably.
It's worse. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Well, the guys sit there fucked because... she has a period every month and they're like, we need backup.
Yeah, and they don't have like her house. They've gone to her parents' like estate, but it's not like super protected. Like they keep calling it a nest, but like a protected home where she's safe from like attacks.
Yes.
And they're like, this isn't it. We need to go somewhere safer. But so far they don't have that.
They need more help protecting her.
They need more help. So yeah, understandably, her little knights.
Little knights in shining armor.
Her little knights are, like, protective and worried about this guy.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck you dudes. I'm the queen. I know what I'm doing.
I got my shit together.
I got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she tells him if he tells her mother's name, that no one will say, but he will say it, then she will reward him, which he is assuming is her blood. So
she's like, and this was kind of in that dream vision that she shared with Ulrich too. Mm-hmm. So she's like offering her arm through the iron gate. What are you doing?
It's the stick.
You're so cute. And he says, if you want a reward, I'll you need to tell me my actual mother's name, my birth mother's name. Mm-hmm. And she's like offering her arm. And he's like, okay, I'll tell you because I know.
Yes.
And he doesn't have this gaius. Yes. He doesn't have this gaius on him.
No, he does not.
And so he says it's Aseta Isidore. And then she's like, well, then what's my father's name? And he's like, wait, I thought, what does he say? I thought all you asked was for my mother's name. And I don't remember what she says, but she gets him to say that because she's like, I know you want my blood or whatever. So like, you're going to tell me that too. Fuck you, dude. Do you want a reward or not? Basically is what she says. So then he says, your father was Leviathan.
How do you, wait, say it.
I was like, did you know how to pronounce that?
Try it again.
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
No, with a V.
Leviathan.
Yeah, that's where Levi comes from.
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
That's a lot of tongue action.
Leviathan. You know, I could talk about it for a while, but I'm not going to.
So he goes to bite her wrist because he thinks he's getting blood, and she pulls it back, and she says,
he does get a little bit of blood, but there's no power related to it because she didn't allow the power to be transferred.
and she
Because
says,
she's a badass. This is what she does. She sets her blood on fire inside of his body.
that's what she did. I thought it was like some kind of barrier. Okay, you need to explain this part.
So, like, one of her powers is fire, because she got all of Isis's power. So she let him drink her blood, and he was fully expecting to get his power back from it. But what she did is let him drink her blood, and then once her blood was inside of his body, she set the blood on fire. And then she says,
I said you would have a reward. What do you think is fitting reward for the man who killed the only two people that ever loved me?
i.e. her parents.
Flames.
So he incinerated from inside, because her blood was inside of him.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
she set it on
badass.
fire. Pretty badass. Yeah.
Yeah. So the last chapter that we come to, it ends with her teeth coming in, but they aren't regular vampire teeth. They are the scary monster inch long teeth.
I don't think they really come in, do they?
Yeah, that's what they said. Because she asked the other vampires if they would still love her with her
maybe.
inch-long.
But I saw that she had a dream. She had a dream where she also, like, came upon this, like, raven named Navarre. She had a bloody feather in her mouth. Yeah. And
I was half asleep when I finished this.
yeah. And so then that's why I think she didn't have her teeth for real. That was just in her dream.
I actually said, ask Kelly what the fuck happened on the last page.
I'm assuming probably next book she'll be able to, like, find this guy, because he said he would find her at her safe house. I bet she'll be able to find him and bring him back from the dead. And then there's she can find that there's another guy, like, riding towards her to be, like, part of her blood, like,
He's galloping towards her.
her blood harem.
Can you imagine? It kind of reminds me of that one movie. What is it? The stupid dumb movie with the cup.
Oh, Monty Python?
Yes.
with the coconuts.
Yes. That's what I was like picturing the whole time.
Because she could hear the galloping.
So he's galloping towards her.
And that's how it ends.
The last sentence of the whole book is, we're definitely going to need a bigger bed.
Yep.
The end.
Ta-da. So fun.
Well, I can't. Next week's exciting.
What is next week?
The bookstore.
Oh my God, yes! I'm so excited! I was like, what is next week? Oh my God, so excited.
Tell us all about it, Kelly. Tell us.
So, one of our favorite local bookstores,
Whoop, whoop.
Betty's Pages, it's the best. It is in Lowell, Michigan. The shit. Also, what kind of an amazing bookstore name is that? Betty's Pages. Like seriously.
I love it.
It's great. And we're going to be talking about Electric Idol by Katie Robert, because she has a new book in the Neon Gods series coming out the same week, next week.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking with Nicole, the owner.
Yeah.
She's fabulous. And we're going to be having a great time. They have awesome bookstore kitties.
Yeah, I'm so excited about the cats.
Named Betty and Paige. And it's going to be so fun. I'm so excited.
It will be such a blast. So I hope you guys can listen to that one.
Yeah.
Ready, Kelly?
Yeah.
All right, till next week.
Woo.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a
good one.
It's us holding the staff.
Yeah, we don't muffle it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks, Warner.